seed. It's super important because of the enzymatic activity. It really kicks off soil production. It's great to feed to worms, and it helps break down everything that we're adding into the compost and really make the soil come to life. Enzymes are very, very special. For that reason, we're going to include it in our Clackamas Coots nutrient we have for a while. So I just want to explain that in case you've heard it as the neem kelp incrustation. We have the neem karanja kelp crustacean add malted barley. It's the full Coots recipe at its full evolution. And then on top of that, last but not least, we have the minerals and the biochar. So let's talk about minerals. This mineral mix is 27 pounds. It's for 9 cubic feet. And so all in all, we're adding 54 pounds of minerals. And that's 4 cups per cubic foot. And we're making 18 cubic feet. The original recipe, I've done straight gypsum. It's a little bit too much gypsum, but it had a really good turnout. And when I found out that he was really looking for minerals, we started originally using glacial rock dust. Then he came to find that he really, really preferred basalt rock dust for a number of reasons. So to honor that, in here is basalt and gypsum and the oyster shell. And those were the 3 ingredients. Originally, I think he was using the Steve Solomon 3-way lime recipe. And it was like a dolomite lime or an ag lime and the gypsum and one other. And so when you look at it that way, this is kind of that similar effect. You get gypsum, which is calcium and sulfur. You've got the oyster shell, which is calcium carbonate. And then you've also got the basalt, which is similar to kelp in that it's the entire periodic table of elements. This is a volcanic rock material. And we have the pumice from the volcano. We have the basalt from the volcano. Remineralization is what you see when you think of healthy food places where food grows really well. And so that's what we're mimicking here in this process.
This motherfucker at it again, bro.
It's that simple. There's just a few amendments, not 15 or 20. There's a few minerals. That's it. And it builds the entire basis of this recipe, and it's really long term. And then the final ingredient is biochar. This is our charged biochar. We're adding 2 gallons to 135 gallons of soil. We're not adding much as far as percentage, but this will add a lot of carbon to it for the long term. It's pre-charged with root-wise and a little bit of amino acid to make sure that it gives back to the soil instead of takes from it. There's a ton of research on biochar. A lot of our customers are adamant about adding biochar, and we want to make sure that that's included. I've got my tarp, which is how we used to do it. I've got a shovel, which you don't really need. I've got a plastic one because I don't want to tear the tarp, and this will make it easy for me to just move stuff around a little bit. A lot of times I'll just do a lot of this by hand. I want to break up all the clumps. It's a lot of work. And a lot of times people will just start by laying it out, mixing a little, coming back later. Mixing more, coming back later, mixing more, then wetting it all down. And eventually you get a pile that is even moisture, fairly well mixed, and it'll start to warm up a little bit. And every day you can turn it just a little bit, and we'll explain that. The idea is you want to spread it out kind of thin so you don't have to lift lots of weight in one spot. You can get it thin where it's easy to move around, flip the sides of the tarp. So think about that. Don't just go get like a 5x5 tarp. It's going to be off the edges like in no time, okay? So now I've laid the tarp out, and I made sure it's oversized. You can come to the edge, and then I can grab it and flip the material back on top of itself, kind of mixing it as it falls. So that's one reason I like a tarp. I've done it in these tote bags before. 18 cubic feet
This
of tote
cat
bag.
bullshit,
It's really
man.
hard to get to the bottom in there and accurately mix it. You almost have to take it from one to the other and pour it so it mixes. I think this is the better way for a larger soil volume. I'm going to grab the peat moss first. Main reason why is this has to all be broken up properly. I like lasagna it out. So let's get going. I'm going to cut the peat moss first. There's going to be a lot of clumps, and I'm going to spend some time breaking it up so I don't have big chunks of peat moss that are hydrophobic. I want it to be all fluffed out. So when I wet it, this really comes together as a mix. So what I'd like to do is just get the bag off of here completely.
What color you wearing? You wearing dark, man?
And I cut where I leave a little bit on, so I can just kind of take the flap.
Yo.
Now you notice there's nice moisture in the peat moss.
Alright.
Where you buy it, that may not be the case. Some
What color you wearing?
add a wetting agent like the Kudaha extract or Thermex, or homemade you can take some soap nuts and get it all soaky in the water and use that. Or you can just slow water and use your hands. Either way, you don't want the peat moss to be hydrophobic where it really repels water, but the compost should be wet. And by the time we're done, we're going to add water to everything. So if you really want to, you can add water straight to this. I think it's a little overkill. I used to do that, and I think it's plenty of moisture in this one. So I'm just going to lay it out and get going, and eventually all the moisture.
Can you hear me?
And we'll talk about
Can you hear me?
Right now, like, it's so compressed. But that doesn't help me. So I'm going to start to break this up.
On my screen is saying your shit is white, but my screen,
And I don't need to do it
I know what colors my jerseys is from my unis. My screen. I was gonna wear dark, but you get to choose whatever color you want to wear.
Where the center is pretty nice, but it gets a little drier on the edges, and so if yours is really dry, it might be better.
You sure you got your white on?
Might make it easier.
Cause my screen was glitched out just now too, though. We both had on white. I know I got on my blue shit though. All right.
Well, we're gonna make this soil over a couple days. I'm gonna moisten it, let it come to life. As I remix it, I'll put the clumps. Kind of the same way. I don't have to sit here and just spend 2 hours doing it.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Rams. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC Wild Card game. This is Tony Pollard. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
On the tarp, they're already corners. They'll make it to nail. These are the front of the pickup truck. They're super durable. So a lot of people will use these. They'll fold them up, and they'll store some of their amendments in here, or they'll keep the compost and fold it down. Usually in a trash bag at least once to get another use out of them before you throw them away. They're really great, so please reuse them. The black gold. Build a soil castings. We got a lot of this to add in here, and that's really where a lot of the nutrition comes from. Break up the quads if you want, but they're so moist and nice, they're going to break up as we just start to mix this. 5 to the feet. The 6th one is going to be the color ball. I'm going to spread this out, then I'm going to put the color ball.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over pursuing, and making a very nice play.
We did an episode with Alex from Colorado Worm Company Casting. We go into a little more detail about his family farm, how it's a homestead family.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Horse sanctuary, if you will. And they make
now Kaepernick.
Throwing
for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
You'll notice a little bit difference in color. It's a different feedstock source. Look at that. There's a worm right here. That's the type of stuff that we see in the Colorado Worm Company casting. We see in This is not screened down to the wood.
They'll try and run forward with Elliott.
Real thermophilic compost with tons of worms.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
It helps to hold the moisture. I mean, there's worms. I mean, we're not going to have to add any. This is an entire worm population.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
This will ramp up into its own life on its own. Not only that, but
they run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Well, Charles, you talk about this offense, and you think about the man in charge, their head coach, this marking his first ever playoff game as the head coach, and you wonder what's going through his mind right about now.
Brandon, I think we both agree that he's had a great season, and we wouldn't be surprised at all to see him get plenty of Coach of the Year votes. I thought he took the right tone in his weekly press conference, though. Played it cool, took the reserve down, and when you don't have the track record, I think that's the exact right way to do it.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They put in a big number to pick up that first down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. Zeke with a shake and bake.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And sometimes all your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game in the playoffs, maybe even more critical in the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
Good shit. Do that shit again, nigga.
I think it means you're going to see the ball a lot in this game, too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the tight end, the wide receivers, everyone is coming together. Want him to get the ball and get it off it.
Yeah, we got lucky. We got lucky.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
We're scoreless after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a third down coming up. Now Kaepernick.
Good shit. Good shit.
Sacked back at the 31. Darnay Holmes drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Patterson's kick is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. Of course, you're going to find the end zone, but, you know, you go on the road, you get 3 points. I think you take it.
Yeah, pretty good start to the day for them, don't you think? Right? You go out there, get the 3-point number. It's not going to silence this crowd, but it might take a little bit of steam out of them right off the top.
Take it from about the 12. Makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
And it's also tight. And so another form of that would be another Titan product that's ground up insects. You don't have to add that. It could just be the calcium really that's building the soil for the nutrients. And so you can leave it out and add a little bit more of the minerals. The neem cake, the guanza cake, those are seed meals. It's a way to add nutrition to the soil. And any seed meal would work. But we avoid cotton because it's the most Monsanto GMO spray. Like, it's ridiculous.
Watson on first down. This to the outside for Mack. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield. Everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Don't overthink that, okay? So that's a replacement for this.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
You can sprout some organic corn. You can sprout some organic
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack.
Good shit. Good shit.
He's got some space now. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Seed starting is an enzyme-based process. So then we blend those up in water and dump the water in. Or you grind them up and throw them as a seed meal. So don't
here's Watson.
That's all it is. It's kind of seed.
What the fuck you slow down for, man? Good shit.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air work on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them.
They'll contain him to just 4, second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And the other two in the mineral mix are the gypsum and the oyster. Those are heavy calcium. When you read about soil building, calcium is king.
On second down, it's Mack, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
The only challenge with that is that if you add only the oyster shell flour, not the gypsum, and it has a lot of carbonate, and you have to need a ditch water that has bicarbonate in it, or is alkaline, it can combine and kind of lock the calcium out. So gypsum might be a better choice for you. At the end of the day, lime is perfect It's calcium carbonate also. We avoid dolomite lime with so much magnesium, it tightens the soil. Not the correct ratio, but the regular high calcium lime, agricultural
throwing
lime.
on third down, Watson.
So we'll have to use the oyster shell.
And they found him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. But now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
I'm going to spread it back out, and I'm going to flip it back into the middle again.
Here's Watson.
And
it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Noah Fant there to make the grab. And the Rams have taken the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
That's 6 cubic feet.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it.
Thousands of yards, so it's basically just pumice and a little bit of clay. It kind of goes real slow. That's fine.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Kaepernick to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Letting it all come together.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
This is starting to look like a soil.
Throwing now is Kaepernick. Room to run past midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they put man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what it said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Add some water, let it come together. We'll let it sit for a day or 2. And we're going to mix it again. So this video will be done over a couple days. Okay, so it's been 1 day since I initially mixed the soil together for the Coots recipe. I've got it here in the tarp, and this is what I've always done. In my garage, I would mix it on the tarp, I wrap the tarp up. What will happen is it starts to come to life in there. But what we have to do to get
again, it's Kaepernick.
Add the water, which we didn't do yesterday. We just
he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
It's similar to
into the red zone now. Kaepernick able to hit his target well. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Crustacean and kelp that will hit the compost and the moisture and the biology, and it'll cause a reaction. That energy can create warmth. The good news about the Coots recipe is we're not adding like bone meal and chicken manure and blood meal.
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
So most people have found that the peach recipe in particular, you can make it and you can plant into it the same day.
Kaepernick going to throw.
There's an agreement between people that build their own soil.
To the end zone, but knocked
Good D,
away
good
and
D.
incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. He's able to knock that one away.
Patterson's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Just like compost making, if we had too much moisture, the process doesn't happen. In fact,
taken from about the 12.
Good hit.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Coach?
Plenty of adjustments likely being made by both teams in their respective locker rooms to find out who advances to the divisional round. Let's get you back out to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Pulls it in at the 13.
Woo-wee.
I got my camping water sprayer for 3.5 gallons. And so if I was with 3 of those, that would be 10.5 gallons, right? One more would take us close to that danger zone. So I'm going to put
Powered up to hit that motherfucker.
Of water, and I'm actually going to put a little bit of the Gate Plant Secret Chiaha, a wetting agent, to help make sure the moisture moves through there. And as we get closer,
set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking to make
that's
the
out.
next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
So that it wasn't wrinkled right around the edges. Because when I get my
A shotgun snap for Watson.
And
he will go down. A Cowboys sack. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No! Catch that shit.
Pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
Good tackle.
51-yard punt that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Then I'm going to put another can on, mix it again, and then I'll decide, does it need any more water, or are we good where we're at? If I feel like we're good, I'll wrap it back up, and that's it. Then
about set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can see some saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced the punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
That makes the water a little bit better. That way, the water doesn't just rush right through it. Worst case, if you don't have this and you're making your goal,
Kaepernick now to throw.
it's okay. Like, it doesn't matter.
He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
I've got 3.5 gallons of water in here.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd.
16th of a teaspoon per gallon, so 3.5 gallons of water.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott.
Hold the rock, hold the rock.
First down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect the pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
You can use a hose, whatever, but this is filtered water in here. Plus, I've got the wetting agent. And I'm just going to kind of evenly throw the water around here. And if I were to just spray this, it would barely get like the top half.
They'll run on 1st down. Pollard. He's going to take this one across.
Come on, man. Richard, you slow as hell.
Michael O.J. Moody with the tackle.
Good tackle.
The defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up
We
a
will be
3-yard
coming
gain.
back to that.
To throw, Kaepernick.
No, good shit. Damn, Cap.
Picked off by David Long. Past the 20.
Damn, Cap.
It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
Good shit, good shit.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6.
That's how Cap do me.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this position.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time.
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. 10th carry now for Elliott. He stopped immediately there.
What we doing? What we
It
doing?
brings up a 3rd and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends are like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Josh Allen able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken right on the 30. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tend to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game.
But rush coming, and he's taken down. Matt Milano able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
I like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They forced a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down.
That's all I want. That's a good level of moisture. I can add more later. If I add too much now, I can't take it back out. It's got to dry out.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Watson, this goes to Mack on the check down. Uses the stiffer. He will go out right near the 35-yard line.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
At that point, some people let it sit here for 1 to 2 weeks. It's up to you. I'm going to get it in final container.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
So now the soil is basically done and ready. I want to unwrap it right now. I want to see if it's warm. I want to see what the moisture looks like. And then that's going to wrap this video up, because if it's where I want it to be, there's only a couple choices you can make.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
You let it sit for a week or two. It might ramp up.
From the gun, here's Watson.
You can mix it a couple more times.
Over the middle, but it's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, he targets more. This one is complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I'd say right on the surface here, it's probably 90 degrees, maybe 95 degrees, because it feels very close to my body temperature.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson.
Oh, come on, man. Come on, man.
He's going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker.
Yeah, that was a backbreaker.
So it's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
While there might be a couple dry edges there, this is so nice.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
All day about building soil. But this video is to show you the process, talk about the ingredients, and honor Clackamas Creek and his recipe and how simple it is. He has a reason for every single
Faking the give. Now Watson. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25.
Cough one of them motherfuckers up for your boy.
A big sack to bring up 3rd down.
It's not just some bad ingredient or ditching something because we heard of the newest test that has to happen, right? If you're a home grower, let's go with this for thousands of years. I'm going to spin this one more time, and we're going to wrap it up. Get weird on it. Have fun. Make your own soil. Get your hands in there. I really feel like you're going to feel more connected. And we talked about that, but it's like making a meal for your family or friends and then getting the break bread with them. It's better than just
out of the gun. Here's a give to Mack. Just by the 15.
Good hit by your own boy. We needed that.
He'll come up well short of the 1st down. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good size run.
A really good run.
Pay attention to my linebacker.
In your next play call that you can sell to the head coach, let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe
Coming in there.
Or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
And so if you follow along, we're going to show us putting it in there.
Damn it.
Sanders' kick is good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more
Motherfucking Cap.
You know that we're praying on the other side.
We need the QB next year.
As you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a...
Ooh, Cap, you motherfucker. Cap on the block immediately.
So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Yeah.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. second, third guy in, break at the football, get it out. We got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I use neem or whatever I'm spraying. Typically, I'll use a type of wetting agent. Mine's Optifleur has a product called Transport, which I use. And that one thing spray I'm talking about, if I'm battling something, we got to break its cycle. So if we got spider mites, egg hatch,
out of the gun, Watson. And he's got to hook up to Moore. Touchdown, Rams. Elijah Moore from 17 yards out. And the Rams continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Sanders on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
That can be problematic. So first I'll do the spray cycle, and after that, I'll maybe do 2 releases of beneficials just to hang out. Maybe I miss some eggs and things over the hatch.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Good game, cuz. Good game.
By the Cowboys offense. And at this point, maybe you say, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division, but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They go Elliott again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Yeah, I got to check West Point.
From the shotgun again to Elliott. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Good to see the heart of the breaks. Cool. Let's switch it up. Let's talk about your
one final try for Kaepernick. We've seen this before.
You punk motherfucker. Damn, Cap.
27, and he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long. Defense.
I ain't gonna even blame it on Cap. Mad you fuck Cap up.
By being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at him and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And losing in this wild card round, they've got some.
Warm caps games are good to mix in.
It's all good. We'll be back next year, baby.
You can do a 10% mix. It's your call. There's a lot of recipes out there, which is going to give you some nutrition. It's going to give a diversity in your bacteria and your living soil. Other things I know you're a fan of when we had you on insect frass. It's just a cool product. I'm learning more about it.